Hello, everybody. I'm Adela, and here with me.
Hello, I'm Liana. Nice to see you.
And together we will discuss today the archetype of the priestess. And we will share a bit about how we came to be so fascinated by this archetype that I feel is present in the life of many women right now. And a lot of us are living the transition between maybe an old type of understanding or a different way of understanding the priestess energy, a newer way of understanding priestess energy. And this is an invitation to an open discussion we are preparing. It would be very nice to meet many of you and see how your view is related to this archetype. So I'll shortly start and say how it played for me, and then I'll invite Liana to present how it played for her. Um, I work as an astrologer for some time now, and I was very intrigued this period by the Virgo sign and the many faces this Virgo sign presented for me this period, as we are in a period that is activated by the sun in Virgo. So I discovered, as I also have a placement here, I discovered that this is one of the signs that combine the spirituality and the wisdom of the earth element. So slowly getting more engaged with this inner knowing of the Virgo sign, I got to see uh, the archetype of the priestess, and to see it in me and to see it in dear women that surround me and are dear to me. So I felt like, this is a calling we could publicly make for women that have this energy in them, and many of us do. How did it play for you? How did you feel it?
Well, I am aligned and inclined towards the devotional practices. And for me, it was when you mentioned that you want to do an open space regarding the priestess archetype and the high priestess. It was really um, appealing to me. So, most probably in our meeting on Sunday, I think we will go into a bit of a devotional space as well, more than an open discussion, because this archetype is brought forth by this type of alignment, I should say. So this is how I connected with it. And then, of course, I found some explanations, structures, information in astrology, in jinkies, for some of you who know about these tools. And what you mentioned about being the Virgo, being this balance between spirit and matter and earth, it's how it plays for me. And I think one of the misunderstandings, maybe, or one of the aspect that doesn't serve us so much now regarding the priestess is the tendency of seeing that as a mostly spiritual, mostly connected to the higher realms, kind of a person or a being. And actually, what the Virgo and her higher aspect, the priestess, does is acting like a bridge between these two. And sometimes it's much more comfortable for us. Like it could be like a getaway from everything that happens here, and we can actually digest well into practices that are a lot about the higher realms and less about actually descending and anchoring um, the information, the frequencies, everything we are connected to. And I think there's also a kind of a confusion, I think, or maybe it's a mixture somehow, because we all have these archetypes more or less in our structure. But probably it's easier for us to express some of them. And when I say about different feminine archetypes, like there's the goddess, there's the prophetess, there's the priestess, and sometimes there's like people confuse them somehow. Like all the feminine practices are kind of a mixture of this, but they are not for everybody's structure. Like we have this kind of a mishmash.
Yes, yes, yes.
And I think we could bring a bit more clarity on that in our discussion on Sunday. I think it will help each of us to actually find the most suitable and correct alignment for us between these archetypes, even if we have them all somehow. So this is for me, and it was really a relief actually while studying these tools like Jinkies and human design and astrology to find out that they actually validate the structure, and I'm actually very much aligned with the priestess lineage.
Yes. Thank you for pointing out the confusion part. I'm very happy you talked about it, because this was also something that I realized while diving deeper into the energy of the High Priestess. And I felt that many of the practices out there see the High Priestess or the Priestess energy as something very dark and very, like a magical woman that does something with the spices or whatever. And I find that this image that that's very public in a way, that the priestess energy is dark or hidden or unknown, or the priestesses do something black and dark. This is not related to what the energy of the priestess means. And I feel that maybe many women feel called to work with the priestess energy, but maybe they're not called to work with these dark forces too much. And here I find it doesn't have to be dark.
Yeah. And
And
there's the other extreme as well, when there's kind of priestess image that's only light and pure, and so we have this
Mhm, mhm.
polarity somehow in this archetype. Yeah.
Yes, we have the polarity in us all the time. But I felt the priestess energy to be very, I think, very related to intuition and very related to an inner sense of guidance. That is what, from my point of view, makes this energy very special. So it's not black or white, it's not dark or light, it's just following the intuition and getting that clarity. And the clarity is not bad or good.
Yes.
It is, it just is. And thank you for mentioning the gene keys and human design and astrology. We both work with them. And I just want to mention here that it's very funny that we are like born in the same week with the same sun sign, with the same moon sign, with the same rising, with the same midheaven. So some of our activations are common, and one of the most important ones, and I think we will also touch this subject a bit, is the gene key 12, that is much related to this specific energy of the priestess and the process of opening the pure heart.
Mhm.
So yes, it's very nice that I felt this connection too with the gene keys and with the systems. Like find it there and see it. Like, yes, it is. Here it is. Yes, and yes, hope it can bring more clarity, and we can present new faces of of this energy.
What I would like to invite everyone who would like to join on Sunday to explore. I think it's one of the main characteristics of the priestess, connecting with what does she serve, and we can explore that like through a practice in each of us. Where are we aligned to, and what do we serve? Because this is why you have this archetype playing in the, I don't know, maybe in the dark realm or in the light realm. Like when you choose what to serve, this is
Mhm.
how you become a priestess of. And
Mhm.
when we serve what we already have inside of us, it's like the best route to live this archetype. And I think this is where the confusion comes, because sometimes we play with the goddess archetypes or with the witch archetype, or we're trying to integrate all of these. Um, and actually, devotion is about choosing something.
The discernment,
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
discernment
The
as well.
discrimination of 12, yes.
Yeah.
And this purity is not exactly, I don't see it actually as a, like always the white robe and being very clean and proper. it's, it's actually the purity of the alignment.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have this, it's much more clear what you serve, and then this archetype can actually be embodied in you. And I think this is somehow a bit of a crossroads where the confusion can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because the goddess, it's only like when you have goddess archetypes, you have qualities that you connect with, and you can choose to practice them and embody that. Like, I don't know, if you want to connect with Kali, you will embody more of this warrior and taking no bullshit energy. Or if you want to connect with Aphrodite, then you will embody more of this, I don't know, graciousness and gentleness or whatever, Aphrodite talks to you about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But as a priestess, you're actually going to be devoted to a kind of a god energy. So you become a conduit, because the goddess is still up there, or the god,
Mm-hmm.
or the higher, I don't know, the higher or the
Yep.
underground principle, whatever you serve. But the priestess, what she does is by anchoring, she brings the vibration in this realm, because the Virgo as a sign, it's an earth sign, and also governs the sixth house, which is the last house of the personal um, side of the chart. So after that, you get into the transpersonal. So she's like the
Mm-hmm.
ultimate anchoring
Mm-hmm.
part of the wheel, part of the
And being an earth sign also, you have here all the working with herbs, working with the body, working with the senses, working with a lot of stuff that sometimes are forgotten when we speak about the priestess, because as you said, it is either associated with dark and or purity and no body and just spirit. And actually it has this intelligence of the body too. So a priestess can be a great cook, for example, because she knows how to use the spices and the ingredients in the cauldron of her own kitchen to do magic and to serve in another way. So this is why it would be interesting to see the many facets of priestess. Maybe it's having sacred sexuality, or maybe serving as a sacred cook, or it's so many embodiments of this energy. So yes, it would be nice to see how they play. What do you have in Virgo and in the sixth house?
Oh,
Everything.
yes, I have about 3 or 4 planets there, I think, if I remember correctly. But one of the most important things I have is Saturn. Like, there's a lesson that keeps coming back to me. And there's also Jupiter. So this part of the Virgo is kind of expanded in my life somehow. And I also have Pluto there, I think, in the sixth house. Not under Virgo, but it's in the sixth house. So I have placements that are either in Virgo or either in the sixth house. And if we mention that, there's another part of the priestess that's a bit more harder to integrate in the current like spiritual understanding. Like the sixth house is about routine and rituals. Like in the
The ritual
priestess
part, yeah.
side, you
Yes.
end up with rituals. And for us, it's much easier to go to a women's circle to do the ritual once a month or something, or do some, I don't know, very pretty practices that happens now and then. But actually doing them daily as a part of your devotion and as a ritual is something that a priestess has as because it's part of the way that she's anchoring the conduit. She's a conduit of the things she's aligned to, and it's like an everyday practicing of that. So maybe on Sunday
Yes,
we can touch on this and the practice or simple practices, because she's also about like order and simplicity.
and making the ordinary be extraordinary in a way. Just
Yeah, or
that's
sacred,
also
because this is what the priest is sacralizing the ordinary.
yes. Well, I just have one placement in Virgo, but strong enough. My South Node is in Virgo, and my Pluto is also in the sixth house. And depending on the system, my moon is almost there in between the sixth and the seventh house. So I feel this energy very active and indeed routine, and creating this space, this sacred space wherever you go. I think that's a nice part that Virgo has, and many times it's just seen as a Libra characteristic, that Libra makes spaces be pretty and nice, but actually Virgo does that too. And while she makes a space look nice, she puts like the perfect herbs or essential oils that will always bring some health and something to feel good in your body, as health is also related to Virgo. So yes, many secrets. The priestesses know. Yes.
So it will be really, I don't know, more than honoring for me to actually explore this space for as long as it takes, because I think the essence of the Virgo is grounding the spirit somehow. Like it's an archetype that actually helps us to do that. And also maybe we will touch on that on Sunday. The part where we mentioned the balance between the masculine and feminine in the priestess. There's always balance regarding the above and below, and maybe we will share some more on how she's doing that, the higher and the underground, descending and ascending as well.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, and hope to see our sisters and
Yes.
maybe brothers.
Maybe brothers too, because you know the
Yes.
priest archetype is well, there's a bit of a more masculine touch there, so we'll see how it plays out. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you too, and see you soon. Bye.